Greetings, everybody. Serpentine451 here, and welcome back to another episode of Weeb Warriors. Well, it's just gonna be me for the foreseeable future because Jordan is on indefinite hiatus because he is very far behind due to work-related stuff and whatnot. But hey, I can take care of stuff by myself. I can easily do that. I've done it before, and I'll keep on doing it. Soldiering through. Hell yeah. So, I'm going to start with Talentless Nana, episode 10, The Invisible Blade. So, we jump right back into what happened in the previous episode, where Jin was trying his best to interrogate Nana, and critically injures her with, the fat man's fire powers when she ran. But the discussion that they had led to us delving deep into Nana's past, where we learn that as a little girl, her mistake of not locking her window, which is a good thing to do, make sure your houses are locked. The reason I say this is because a burglar came in and murdered her parents. And the person in question was one of the talented. Not any of the ones that we see here, but someone someone who is talented. And with that, the whole crux of this episode was delving deep into Nana's past, and at the end of the episode, we have a murder mystery on our hands. And speaking of mysteries, we have the end of the two-parter for Moriarty the Patriot, episode 9. And with episode 9, Holmes deduced that a man named Jefferson Hope was the one who killed the Count, all because of a ring that was left behind, and the fact that it was a cab's tracks that led from the crime scene on the road. I know it's a weird thing that I just said that, but it is what it is. Holmes really deduced things wonderfully, as the greatest detective should. And to the point where Moriarty was impressed that he deduced things so well that he took into account that he did not kill Hope like he planned, simply because he, that being Holmes, wanted to solve this mystery by himself and not have like the answer given to him, which I commend. And now we're gonna go into another Holmes-centered story with a two-parter, well, a multi-parter, maybe even a two-parter, called The Two Detectives, and I cannot wait to see what's going on with that in particular. Alright, so let's go into episode 10 of Danmachi, where Bell and the rest of the Hestia Familia are on their mission to help the Xanos get into Kikios. Oh. Oh. Knossos. I think that's what it's called. But they were hit with a few snags with the commander of the Loki Familia basically sending his Finn is his name. Finn sending Ice to follow Bell while everyone else was tailing him, knowing that he was the distraction. Excuse me. But anyway, on top of that, we have Mikoto and Welf really take on a few people of the Loki Familia just to by the Xenos time because they were on their way to escape. But one of the members of the Loki Familia, that actually has names, I just can't remember the man's name, a dwarf who was super fucking strong, just decided to whip ass. So Welf and Mikoto are gonna fight him. And because of what the dwarf did, it separated Wine from the rest of the group. So Haruhime, not taking this bullshit, and seeing Wine as a bit of a daughter for her, goes off to rescue her, with Belle also following at the behest of Hestia to do so. But looks like Wine is going to be in a bit of trouble when one of the other members of the Loki Familia caught up with her and drew her big ass dual blade at her. I am not looking forward to seeing what's going on with that. This season has been very intense and very hard for me to watch for the fact that it's very dramatic, and I have a thing about too much drama in my shows. I know it's a weird thing, but let's go into Tonikawa, episode 10, where we have just more slice of life stuff with Tsukasa and Nasa, and we also get Kanome's perspective in this episode, which is great. And apparently her sister thinks that she's just going to be a side route character because she's not the main route. Oh, and I'm like, oh my god, using visual novel terms, bitch? Holy shit. But it was great just to see more wholesome moments from this show. It's just so damn adorable and so damn enjoyable. Now let's go to Jujutsu Kaisen, episode 10, where Nanami begins his fight with the ungraded cursed spirit. And that fight was wild. And thanks to Many Not the Bad Guys video, I learned a little bit more about Nanami. And I cannot wait to see if what I saw through his video actually gets animated. And from the looks of it in the intro, we might just get that, which is crazy. However, I also like that Yuji wants to... But Yuji's just being Yuji, and this man just decides to pants a portly teacher who was just being a dick. I mean, he's not in the know, but he was just sounding condescending and being an asshole. So Yuji just pantsed him, which is hilarious to me. But this show has been fun. And finally, we get to Noblesse episode 9, where we finish off the rest of the time gap backstory between Frankenstein and Raziel, where the two form their blood pact after Frankenstein was made into Raziel's butler, just to kind of throw the two other nobles off Raziel's scent. And those two also trained him for a bit, whereas the Lord wanted Raziel to come to him so they could talk. And when Frankenstein was in the middle of a fight with another noble who wanted to be in the good graces of Raziel, who Frankenstein saw was pretty much cooped up in his mansion by himself, and he wanted to protect the serene gaze that his master had, because that's all the stuff he enjoyed. And when we get back to the more modern times, the old man told Frankenstein, like, hey, I still can't trust you, but we still need Raziel to come back to us at some point. And he's like, well, that's probably not going to happen anytime soon. So, let him enjoy his time here, because he really loves this place. And the old man relented. And he ended up, when he got back to his home country, he gets thrown in jail, and Raoul, the younger brother to one of the other nobles, is sent by the new lord to grab Sarah, which shit's gonna get wild. And that's pretty much it, y'all. And as far as news goes, I haven't seen anything that brought my eye quite yet. But I will say, a voice actress retired. Another voice actor is going to be retiring in March. And two actors passed away. One, a tokusatsu actress at the age of 25, and another gentleman at 60, and a gentleman at 62. And the sad thing about the tokusatsu actress, she's starting to show that I'm not the biggest fan of her character, but it's very sad to see an actress so younger than me, because I'm 28 years old, just to pass away from an illness that came about while she was working on the particular Sentai show Ryusoulger, which is very sad. And I think I mentioned this last week, this happened recently. But it is very sad when we have a lot of actors that are in the prime of their lives, or actors that have been with us for years, even though we may have not known their names at the time. But it is very sad to see these people go, because they had lives of their own. We may have not liked their characters, we may have liked their characters, but they were people doing a job that they loved. So, let's respect that. But anyway, folks, this has been another episode of Weeb Warriors. Another short one. I hope that we could actually get back to the longer formats, because I love talking nonsense and going more in detail with these shows with another person. But hey, it is what it is. But I'll catch you guys next time. So, I'll see you then.